Hey guys, come on downstairs. We are starting a new series here on Mama's Basement. We are going to do a franchise with the Cleveland Browns. And we simulated year one. And now we're going to jump into the off-season NFL draft, which is where we are at in real life starting tomorrow. So let's get into the first round here with our Cleveland Browns. The Carolina Panthers have the number one overall pick, and they are on the clock. And they select Tua Tagovailoa from University of Alabama. Next up is the Oakland Raiders. They select Jerry Jeudy from Alabama as well. And the Dolphins pick Raekwon Davis. The Steelers get Chase Young. So Chase Young and TJ Watt, they're going to be beasts. CeeDee Lamb goes to the Redskins, wide receiver from Oklahoma. Another wide receiver, T. Higgins from Clemson, goes to the Minnesota Vikings. Cowboys are on the clock now. They take A.J. Epinesa from Iowa, a right end. Bengals are on the clock, and they take Justin Herbert. We had our eye on Herbert for sure. Up next, the Colts take Laviska Shenault Jr. from Colorado, and the Raiders take Derek Brown from Auburn. So now we are up. And we're going to take a cornerback, Bryce Hall from the University of Virginia. He is a man-to-man corner, and he is a very good pickup, it looks like, for us. We'll know his potential after we play several games in the season, but I like the pick at number 11. All right, the Buccaneers at number 13 take Tylan Wallace, a wide receiver from Oklahoma State. Lots of receivers taken early in the first round here. Quarterman from Miami. Patty Fisher goes to the Detroit Lions from Northwestern. That seems like a Lions pick. Walker Little, a left tackle from Stanford, goes to the Eagles. We were thinking about drafting him, number one. And Albert Okwuegbunam goes to the Texans. I don't know how to say that name. Trey Adams goes to the Buffalo Bills. Left tackle from Washington, Jeffrey Okudah to the LA Rams from Ohio State. Patriots are on the clock. They take Michael Pinckney, an outside linebacker from Miami. Jacksonville on the clock next. They take Adebo, a cornerback from Stanford. And the Broncos are now on the clock as we buzz through round number one. Colin Johnson, wide receiver from Texas, goes to the Broncos, another receiver. Seahawks on the clock. They take Jared Pinkney, a tight end from Vanderbilt. Another target for Russell Wilson. Ben Bredesen from Michigan, a guard, goes to the Falcons. Mekhi Becton, left tackle from Louisville, to the Jets. We're in the market for a left tackle here. Maybe in round two, that's how we'll go. Lavert Hill, cornerback from Michigan, goes to the Chargers. Rashard Lawrence from LSU goes to the Saints, staying right there in Louisiana. Joe Bakke from Michigan State goes to the Giants. Up next is the 49ers. They take Dylan Moses, middle linebacker from Bama. Next up, the Baltimore Ravens, probably the favorite in our division. They take Gross Matos from Penn State. Henry Ruggs III, wide receiver from Alabama, goes to the Packers. And the final pick in round number one is Nick Coe, right end, to the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. All right, let's jump into round number two now. Darrell Williams goes first in round number two, a left guard from Mississippi State, to the Carolina Panthers. Grant Delpit, strong safety from LSU, goes to the Chicago Bears. That's a good pickup for the Bears. Tighten up their defense. Kenneth Murray. Cameron Dantzler from Mississippi State. Travis Etienne from Clemson goes to the Colts. Vikings are on the clock. Etienne, our first running back selected. Christian Fulton, cornerback from LSU, to the Vikings. Kendrick Rogers, wide receiver from Texas A&M, to the Cowboys, staying in Texas. Jonathan Taylor, our second running back from Wisconsin, goes to division rival Cincinnati Bengals, in-state rival. Isaiah Simmons, outside linebacker Clemson, goes to the Colts. Ray Lima from Iowa State goes to the Bears. And our pick in round number two is Calvin Throckmorton from Oregon. He's a left tackle. And good pick for us, I believe. And he will probably come in and start on the left side of that Cleveland Browns offensive line. Anthony Jennings, right end Alabama, goes to the Bucks. Titans on the clock now. Trevon Diggs, cornerback from Alabama. Lions on the clock. They take Denzel Mims, a wide receiver from Baylor, another target there for Matthew Stafford. Evan Weaver, middle linebacker from California, goes to the Eagles. Texans are on the clock now. They take Najee Harris, a running back from Alabama. And the Bills are on the clock. They take Alton Robinson, left end from Syracuse. Rams on the clock. Troy Dye, middle linebacker from the Oregon Ducks. Patriots on the clock now. They take Solomon Kinley, a right guard from Georgia. Jacksonville on the clock now. They take J.R. Reed, a free safety from Georgia. Broncos on the clock now. They take A.J. Terrell, cornerback from Clemson. Seahawks on the clock. They take Kenny Willekes from Michigan State, left end. And now Tariq Black, wide receiver from Michigan, goes to the Falcons. Jets on the clock now. J.K. Dobbins, another running back from Ohio State. Chargers on the clock. They take Wallace Sims, a left guard from Missouri. Dolphins on the clock. They take Andrew Thomas, right tackle from Georgia. Giants on the clock. Alaric Jackson, left tackle from Iowa. Seahawks up next. Eno Benjamin from Arizona State, a running back. Ravens take Marcus Bailey, a middle linebacker from Purdue, to add to that defense. Jalen Johnson, cornerback from Utah, goes to the Green Bay Packers. And the final pick in the second round will be Malik Harrison, outside linebacker from Ohio State. All right, third round. Let's just get right to our pick here in the third round. We take Tyler Johnson, a wide receiver from the University of Minnesota. It was a good pick up for us. He's a 72 overall, 92 speed, 91 acceleration. Probably a little slot receiver for us. In our fourth round pick, we take running back Zach Moss from the University of Utah. I love this pick. I think he will be great. He will be our third running back. We picked up Austin Eckler in free agency. James Proche from SMU is our fifth round pick. And it says we reached a little bit with him. We have a couple of sixth round picks here. Tyler Clark, a defensive tackle from Georgia. And he's a 66 overall, may have reached. And Mason Fine, a quarterback from North Texas. Tried to establish some depth at the quarterback position. He may or may not make the roster. We'll see. Maybe a practice squad player. Seventh round, we have two picks here. Curtis Weaver, defensive lineman from Boise State. I like him in real life. He doesn't look like he panned out too much in this simulation. Cooper Rothie from Wyoming, a couple of Mountain West picks there in the seventh round. And Cooper Rothie may or may not stick as our kicker. All right, let's recap the draft with some notables here. Tua Tagovailoa, number 1 overall to the Panthers. Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver from Alabama, to the Raiders, went number 2 overall. Chase Young, he's going to be a beast on that defense with TJ Watt. And they're in our division. The Steelers might be back sooner than later. Jalen Hurts goes to the Minnesota Vikings, quarterback from Oklahoma. Grant Delpit, strong safety from LSU. We were high on him. If he was available in the second round, we would have taken him. He goes to the Bears. Justin Herbert to the Cincinnati Bengals. And that's a good pickup for them. We also wanted Justin Herbert if he fell to us at number 11, which he did not. Jonathan Taylor also to the Bengals. So their offense gets a boost with those two players, a division rival. Travis Etienne from Clemson goes to the Colts. And Jake Fromm goes to the Dallas Cowboys from Georgia. He goes in the third round. Joe Burrow fell all the way to the fifth round to the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, this draft class was made before the college season last year. Jacob Eason, quarterback from Washington, goes to the Detroit Lions in the third round. Derek Brown, a defensive tackle from Auburn, goes in the first round to the Raiders. And the last guy we'll look at here, CeeDee Lamb, a wide receiver for the Redskins from Oklahoma. All right, that's it for the 2020 NFL Draft. Up next, we'll play our first regular season games with the Cleveland Browns. It'll be against division rival, the Baltimore Ravens, the favorites probably to win the division, and Lamar Jackson as we start off this Cleveland Browns franchise here. It's Madden 20 on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.